Hey, it's Spoon Phillips, and I've come out to Maury's Music in Coaldale, Pennsylvania to do a shoot of some very special Martin guitars, including this beautiful instrument made in Martin's custom shop for the Authentic series. This is the D-28 Authentic 1937 Aged. This is a classic recreation of a pre-war D-28 made by the experts in the Martin Custom Shop with insider information that only they have. They took a particularly great D-28 from 1937 to the Smithsonian Institute, where it was put into special imaging machines like X-ray and CAT scans to make sure the braces was as close to exactly reproduced as possible. It has a thinner Adirondack spruce top than you get in most modern guitars. It is made with beautiful, just beautiful Madagascar rosewood, which is a very close match for the original Brazilian rosewood that was used back in those days. It's now an endangered species. It has a hand-shaped neck that is a reproduction of that specific pre-war Martin guitar. So it is a unique V shape. It's not as fat and beefy as some necks from that year, so it's very comfortable as those vintage V necks go. Beautiful relic-looking Waverly tuning machines. Under the top, that forward-shifted scallop bracing. Even the maple bridge plate has been shaped to replicate the bridge plate on that specific guitar. And then under this beautiful thin finish, it's a semi-gloss finish that they discovered through an old letter, the exact formula of how they made their finishes for the Style 28 guitars in those days. And then under the expert hands of Jeff Allen and his staff at Martin Guitar, they have aged this instrument. First of all, it's got the vintage tone system to the top that ages the top so that it takes on the physical properties of Adirondack spruce that's been aging since the 1930s. And they also treat the braces with the same vintage tone system. And then on top, they have very subtle aged wear on the side of the neck by the fretboard, little indications of aging, slightly worn spot here on the top. Basically, it gives you the impression, even the binding gives you the impression of a real pre-war Martin D-28. Really quite remarkable, and it's quite subtle, and they have shown these to a lot of people who very much agree they did a spectacular job in the aging process. Jeff learned his first aging technique when he was in the special custom shop at Fender for quite some time and went through that whole evolution that Fender went through for relicking their electric guitars. He's taken that expertise to Martin and taken it even a step further. So, and his hands are involved in every single one of these, and every single one of these is unique. None of them look exactly the same to any of the other aged Martins. And then you just have the Martin tone that comes from the Authentic series. And this is a brand new guitar, and yet that vintage tone system, it already sounds opened up. There's that three-dimensional depth. There's not that tight tension in the voice that you get typically from a brand new guitar. And it's going to continue to sound better as the years go on, as the natural hide glue that's used, and the rosewood and the solid genuine mahogany neck and all of the glue joinery, as that stuff ages and settles in, and this guitar just becomes all that much more resonant and that much more responsive. So they don't make very many of these, and they're very hard to come by, and it takes them a long time to make them. So I highly recommend, if you're interested in owning a pre-war D-28 for a fraction of the cost, this is basically as close as you're going to find anywhere in the market. So, well, I'm going to sit here and enjoy this for a while, and I'll let Maury use whatever video he wants until my hands get tired. So, here we go. you.